field, though. Spanish Fighter moved in. Lord Quickstep joined him at the same time, and we await Pro Love, which is another one riderless behind the line. Stenner and Bush Outlaw running a minute past start time now. Now Pro Love about to come in. Brian Werner back on board, and Pro Love trotting around behind the stalls. Just wonder whether he in fact might be undergoing a vet's inspection here. It appears that he may be. He's trotted down away from the barrier stalls, now does a circle and is going to head back towards them again. So the light has been switched on, and Pro Love trotting around behind the gates or adjacent to them under a vet's inspection. Halfway mark on Cup Day. They're all locked away. We're up to the inside runner. Broken Bottle has stood in well as far as I can see. Off they go at the 1400 metres. Queen Marauding was the first to bounce out ahead of Knockrow, who began in a hurry, and Raptors hunting up on the inside. Bush Outlaw, with all his usual pace, is driving towards the front, and Broken Bottle was away well. They've covered 200, and Bush Outlaw led Raptor, and Broken Bottle quickly into third placing. A break of 2 lengths then to Pro Love on the inside of Queen Marauding. About 3 lengths further back, Lord Quickstep, Diamond Duke over on the inside, and then Stenner. About a length and a half behind those, a Spanish Fighter, followed by Regal Conspiracy, Oompa Loompa, one to Paddy Shah. Now Mighty Impulse has got a long way back in the field over near the inside, and behind him is Indecision, and back to the tail end of the field is Tycoon Magic. Raptor moved up to Bush Outlaw before the turn and put his head in front. Just behind them is Broken Bottle, who's coming around the outside of Queen Marauding when they corner. Into the straight, Raptor takes the lead from Bush Outlaw the inside. Pro Love behind them. Queen Marauding is fourth at the top of the straight. Broken Bottle's under pressure already. Knockrow's coming down the outside. Lord Quickstep pulls out. It's now with 300 metres to go. Raptor taking the lead about a neck in front of Bush Outlaw, who won't drop off. Queen Marauding and Regal Conspiracy running on, and so is Pro Love. And Knockrow coming down the outside with Lord Quickstep joining in. Raptor in front with Bush Outlaw, but they're stopping, and Knockrow and Lord Quickstep are coming at him. Raptor's fighting on. He's just the leader, and Raptor a half length to Knockrow second. Regal Conspiracy might be third, not much in that. Lord Quickstep out wider, and Diamond Duke close up on the rails. Then Bush Outlaw, Pro Love, Queen Marauding, Broken Bottle. Back behind those to finish in the race, Spanish Fighter, followed by Indecision and Paddy Shah. Stenner. Mighty Impulse has finished a long way back, and Oompa Loompa was second last with one more, Tycoon Magic, last to greet the judge. Number 3, Raptor, ridden by Eddie Kasser. Up on the pace all the way. He's fought on tremendously well to take it out, and the judge has called for a photo for second. 4-5, half a length by a neck the margins. A short half head between third and fourth, and the time 1:23.1. Correct weight.
Rancho Edition away just fairly the inside. Kashtan came out running. Shadows End, the playful filly, did begin pretty well. Rosvana and now Euclay's Pat spearing through inside of all of those. Gold Brighty is right on their hammer and tack, and Shadows End is now drifting back with Wrangler Chief between horses. So too is Nerily, and on the inside Rancho Edition. Caught up there in a bit of a traffic jam early as Jack Havoc. Over on the inside in the blue and gold logo colours was Hobo California, followed then by Finnis Gold. Shadows End continues to drift out of it, and last of all is Heavenly Shore, 600 out. Rounding the home turn, and on the outside Rosvana, the inside Euclay's Pat, they're matching strides together. They're a couple in front of Gold Bright here, 2.5 Kashtan, followed by Rancho Edition. Then came Nerily from out wider Wrangler Chief, further back in the field. Then came Hobo California, Finnis Gold to the outer. So is Heavenly Shore, but 6 lengths off them. And forget about Jack Havoc and also Shadows End. Euclay's Pat goes to the front now, but out wide Finnis Gold is starting to come very quickly with Heavenly Shore. Heavenly Shore rounds them up with Finnis Gold on the inside, on Heavenly Shore. Heavenly Shore scores by about a length and a quarter. Finnis Gold second, Euclay's Pat was third, then came Nerily. Wider out Kashtan, further back behind those then was Gold Brightier, followed further back then in the logo colours Hobo California.
course, and we'll soon see action. Third of the day here at Royal Randwick. Bold Zaffa favourites. Little movement from about gate 9. They're off. We're Dancing seemed to jib and missed it about a length and a half, and Southern Lass and the Southern Renegade bounced out in front. The favourite Bold Zaffa got into stride very well and is in a striking posse, followed by Cautious Spirit. A length El Montazar, 3 further back Yarrabin Gold, O Temptation, and then We're Dancing making ground around Bam. A length the Mighty Christie, Coven and Sudden Magic. Willow Star second last, and Touch the Groom as they string out last. Onto the side, going to the 850 crossing, and the top weight sped away. Southern Renegade for replacement jockey Kev Moses, 3 the break Cautious Spirit. Southern Lass third, 2.5 to Bold Zaffa, another 2 lengths then El Montazar. Racing over on the inside of Yarrabin Gold, about 2.5 lengths then We're Dancing. O Temptation on its inside, a break then to Bam and Mighty Christie Covenant, and then comes Sudden Magic from Willow Star, and Absolute has Touched the Groom. The 14 runners are on the corner, 500 left to go in the third here at Randwick, and Southern Renegade leads them into the stretch, about a length and a half Cautious Spirit, 2 to Southern Lass, followed by Bold Zaffa. A length further back is El Montazar, followed by Yarrabin Gold, We're Dancing, and Mighty Christie is starting to join in right down the outside. Southern Renegade's gone. Cautious Spirit hits the front. We're Dancing, Mighty Christie, Sudden Magic and Covenant. Cautious Spirit the leader. Mighty Christie's cutting it down. Cautious Spirit, Mighty Christie, and Cautious Spirit, Mighty Christie. Oh, nothing between Cautious Spirit, Mighty Christie, Covenant and Sudden Magic, in a close finish for third, and then came Touch the Groom. Gee, it got home well from O Temptation, We're Dancing, Bold Zaffa, Southern Renegade, Yarrabin Gold, El Montazar, Willow Star, Bam, and Absolute was Southern Lass.
They're locked away and ready to jump. 1,000 metres. All set. Off now. Catnip jumped well over on the outside, and Di looks like heading to the grandstand and taking all of Blur out there with her. Over on the other side now, and Masked Dancer first out ahead of Masked Stick. Sozzle began very fast, the grey shooting up towards the leaders. Rose's Joy just in behind those, followed by Minimal, and Param has come across out on the other side, and Catnip is a clear leader heading to the 600 in front of all of Blur. On the grand, they're the leaders on the grandstand. On the flat now, they're heading to the 500, and the grey Sozzle the leader about 2 lengths to Masked Dancer on the inside. Rose's Joy is just outside it, and then Minimal and Param behind them. Crystal Academy, followed by Cobra, and Mastic on the rails is under pressure. And on the other side, it's Catnip clearly in front of all of Blur. They're nearing the 200 metres, little between these. Sozzled on the inside and Catnipped on the grandstand side. Sozzled 100 out on the inside, well clear of that division. Catnipped on the outside. Sozzled and Catnip, they go to the line. I think Sozzled has won it on the inside. Can't separate the minors. Mastic has run on well, and Catnipped on the grandstand side. It's hard to line them up. Rose's Joy, Masked Dancer and Crystal Academy behind them. They were followed then all of Blur on the other side of the course. Well back is Cobra and Minimal, who weakened badly, and Param as last 2 greet the judge.
Through the back, Bold Shazza, and over on the outside, Monongahela Steel. Pitches on the outside of the other fancied runner, Dry Shane, and then a length away, last of all, Enemy Lines just lobbing along behind them. Down the side they race, and Running Rampant runs along by a length to in second placing Powers Hope. They're 4 in front of Spiritualism. 1.5 Monongahela Steel looks to be travelling okay from Bold Shazza the rail. 1.5 further back then to Pitch, a 3/4 break then on the inside to Dry Shane, and a length away or so at the tail of the field still is Enemy Lines. 800 out on the side, heading for the home turn, and Running Rampant's only a half in front of Powers Hope, only 2.5 away third Spiritualism. They're starting to stack up from the back. Over on the outside, Monongahela Stewart a 4th around Bold Shazza. Pitch joins in, Dry Shane's in a pocket. On its outside, Enemy Lines, less than 600 to travel, and about to head to the home turn for home, and the leader on the inside still is Running Rampant. Here comes one up on the outside, Spiritualism. Powers Hope still there in the centre. Pitch behind them wanting a run. Monongahela Steel, after travelling nicely, is now being pressured. Over on the inside, Bold Shazza. Dry Shane to the outside. Pitch shouldered Monongahela Steel out of the way to get a crack at the leaders. And Enemy Lines has started to come quickly down the outside. Now Spiritualism has gone to the front. Drifts back to the rail, but here's the mare Pitch after it. Won't get there though, I don't think. Spiritualism in front, and Spiritualism wins. Half a length the Pitch. Third's tight, Powers Hope or Enemy Lines. Then Dry Shane, followed by Monongahela Steel, didn't finish it off. Running Rampant knocked up, and Bold Shazza was last of all.
In the race coming up, you'll note the rider for number 14 Min Min Lights is Jay Patton. Jay Patton on 14 Min Min Lights. Aaron Spiteri rides 15 Seder. We may have given that over as a change, but it's definitely Ace Spiteri on 15 Seder. Jay Patton on 14 Min Min Lights. He'll be a half over. And an earlier change for 9 Ras Brightia is C. Williams. C. Williams on number 9.
Obsessive. The line had to be first. Maybe it was Rome. Oh, I remember. It was Positano. The lemons were really gold. It was hot, so hot.
It's like pink sandstone. It's called Japua. We stayed at this place run by this really crazy old Englishman, ex-colonel or major or something. He'd actually freeze the berries in the soda before he'd take the
Back in New York in the 30s, it was called a Manhattan Twist. They used to serve it at
Mate, you've been able to get it in any bar from Byron to Broome. It's just that now you can get it in a bottle, you know.
You may have tried someone else's shrimps with a twist. Now you can try ours. Soda with a twist. From you know who.
To move to the outside next to All the Blur, and they're locked away and ready to jump. 1,000 metres. All set. Off now. Catnip jump well over on the outside, and Dye looks like heading to the grandstand and taking All the Blur out there with her. Over on the other side now, and Masked Dancer first out ahead of Masked Stick. Sozzle began very fast, the grey shooting up towards the leaders. Rose's Joy just in behind those, followed by Minimal, and Paramba's come across out on the other side, and Catnip is a clear leader heading to the 600 in front of All the Blur. On the grand, they're the leaders on the grandstand. On the flat now, they're heading to the 500, and the grey Sozzle, the leader, about 2 lengths to Masked Dancer on the inside. Rose's Joy is just outside it, and then Minimal and Param behind them. Crystal Academy, followed by Cobra, and Mastic on the rails is under pressure, and on the other side it's Catnip clearly in front of All the Blur. They're nearing the 200 metres, little between these. Sozzled on the inside and Catnipped on the grandstand side. Sozzled 100 out on the inside, well clear of that division. Catnipped on the outside. Sozzled and Catnip, they go to the line. I think Sozzled has won it on the inside. Can't separate the minors. Mastic has run on well, and Catnipped on the grandstand side. It's hard to line them up. Rose's Joy, Masked Dancer and Crystal Academy behind them. They were followed then All the Blur on the other side of the course. Well back is Cobra and Minimal, who weakened badly, and Param as last two greet the judge. Judges called for a photo here, and they're on opposite sides of the course. It looked like Sozzle had a margin from my angle. 57 is the time. 5 has got it Sozzled on the inside, Jim Cassidy. Number 5, number 1 second, Catnipped, Shane Dye on the grandstand side. And a great game.
So we're set for the Chatswood Classic Cars Handicap Race 4 here at Randwick 1100. Golden Gar, bit edgy. They're racing, starting through ahead in the air when the gates open, Mr. De Length, and also not all that quickly away Jangles and Tasty Dish and Lady Covetous vying for the early lead. A length on Strike Time and going up quickly on the inside is starting, followed closely by Golden Gar. Blue Tess is wider out a length and a half to Noble Handout Serenata. Gypsy just second last and 2 or 3 lengths to Jangles. The leader is Tasty Dish. Along to the 600 marker, 3/4 a break now, and Lady Covetous. Strike Time wider out third. Starting on the inside of Golden Gar, and then Blue Tess, and deeper still is Noble Handout. 3 lengths to the top weight Serenata, and a similar margin to Jangles and Gypsy Jess. They're homeward bound, coming to the 400, and the tote favourite in New South Wales, and Bookie's favourite too, Tasty Dish. About 3/4 of a length clear. Strike Time is looming up very ominously, and quickly Strike Time gave Tasty Dish the go-by. Then Noble Handout followed by on the outside Serenata, but it's Strike Time in front. Serenata is trying a hard out under the big weight, but it's all Strike Time. Swishing the tail is Too Good, and Strike Time beat Serenata. Gypsy Jess went home well for third, and fourth to the line was Tasty Dish, and then Lady Covetous. Good margin to Blue Test, Jangles, Golden Gar, Noble Handout, and starting at the rear.
Away. Beauty Bell, the late scratching, all in. Ready to run at the 1400, race 7 of the afternoon. Starter has them and holds them for quite a while. Off they go now. My Sweet Pamela began well towards the inside. Emotional Success and Co-Ed are away very fast. Min Min Lights jump well, is settling up near the pace with Sada pushing up near the inside, and then Margarine. Northwood Lady settling down about 5th or 6th on the outside of Grammy Award. Emotional Success goes to the lead now. Moving up second is Margarine on the outside, and Co-Ed tucked in on the inside from Min Min Lights. Morigo caught wide on the Improve, 1,000 out. 2 lengths behind them, Sada, followed by Northwood Lady, and one rushing around the outside, Fantasia Miss. They're being followed by Dakara. Grammy Award just ahead of her. My Sweet Pamela's a good way back on the inside rail, nearing the home turn, and then Rasbrightia, who's second last, and Visual Displays at the turn. Emotional Success just the leader. Marigo up about a neck away on the outside. Co-Ed needs a run just behind the leaders. Out wide of Fantasia Miss, followed by Margarine. Behind them, Min Min Lights when they corner. Northwood Lady is next in the field, trying to get into the clear as they straighten. Emotional Success headed by Marigo. Co-Ed still can't get out. Margarine's got her pocketed away there. My Sweet Pamela's running on. Northwood Lady's under the whip, will need a big burst. It's Margarine at the 200 going to the lead. My Sweet Pamela's coming after her. Northwood Lady in the clear. Dakara and Visual Displays is flying. It's Visual Displays racing up to Margarine and My Sweet Pamela. Visual Displays takes the lead and wins it from My Sweet Pamela. Margarine third. Rasbrightia storming home fourth. Then Dakara. Northwood Lady followed further back in the field by Co-Ed, held up for a long way down the straight. With her to finish was Marigo, and they were trailed in by Grammy Award. Fantasia Miss, Sada well back with Min Min Lights, and Emotional Success dropped out to last. Visual Displays with Basil Marcus coming from last. It's what she needed, a fast run, dry track and getting to the outside, and we saw the result. Number 3, Visual Displays charging home on the outside, turned into the straight second last. My Sweet Pamela has run second, and third place has gone to number 10, Margarine, 3, 8 and 10.
Breaking the pack, and also King Eric, and around them now goes up wide on the track Raise Your View, and on the inside the Maiden Galloper Rigmarole, followed close Handy, then dropping in behind him to get a nice smother early Neptune Raider. Then about 3 lengths to Brookside Lady racing outside of Masashi Maru. There's been a bit of a battle for the early lead, and the Maiden Gallopers have it now at the moment, with King Eric the outside and Rigmarole the inside. Turbo eases back out of that bit of a battle. He's now a clear third. Further back fourth came Raise Your View racing outside of the favourite, and the well back back, Neptune Raider. 2.5, Brookside Lady, and neck the inside was Musashi Maru. As they move along by the 1400, passing that point, and the leader Rigmarole a half in front of King Eric. 3 lengths nearly then to Turbo, getting a bit closer as I speak. 1.5 away in 4th position. Raise Your View on the outside of Neptune Raider. About 1.25 lengths then to over on the outside. Rigmarole the inside and King Eric on the outside. The rider trying to keep the horse underneath him. 2 lengths away to Turbo. 1 length away Raise Your View looks to be travelling okay. So does Neptune Raider in a bit of a pocket. 1 length further back to Brookside Lady, and a half the inside now is Musashi Maru. Down to the 700 they go at Morvettville, and Raise Your View sprinted quickly and left the maidens behind by a length. Raise Your View trying to pinch this in a dash for home. It's King Eric the outside, Rigmarole the inside, then Turbo. Neptune Raider getting out into some clearance. On the inside, Musashi Maru, and last of all as they make the home turn, Brookside Lady, and they're all being ridden along. 400 out, Raise Your View trying to dash away in this. Led 1.5 lengths, Turbo, Rigmarole. King Eric's gone, I fancy. Musashi Maru trying to get up on the inside. Raise Your View's run didn't sustain for very long, and Neptune Raider down the centre of the track is the one cutting loose. The Rigmarole the inside, Turbo the centre, Neptune Raider the outside, rounded him up very quickly, and Neptune Raider goes home to score by about 1 length on the line. Second placing the maiden Rigmarole. 2.5 off third was Turbo. Then a line of 3, King Eric, Musashi Maru, Brookside Lady, and Raise Your View only went for about 400 metres and was a distant last.
And will be the last. Pan Ford, the rank outsider, has settled pretty well. 1200 the journey here, and they're all ready to go. The Star City, 1200. They're off this time. Away to a pretty good start too. Brains, one of the best out. The favourite jumped well, Grey and Gold. Zess up looking for the lead. Argold not far away, and likewise for Canny Watt. And Traded Enter starting to bustle up on the inside. Take a Flight not that far away. Followed by Pan Ford as Brains gets back, and then Nardell, Westondale, Dubourg. And Bob's Boys the tail ender to the 800, and Zess is the leader. 3/4 of a length to a length on Canny Watt. Traded in third. The favourite Grey and Gold travelling in 4th posse. 1.5 lengths to 2 lengths, then Take a Flight, followed by Pan Ford is pretty wide between horses. Argold about 4 to Nardell. 1 length further back is Brains, a similar margin Dubourg. Westondale a minute back second last, the second elect, and Bob's Boy is last as they round the corner. Zest the leader, 1 length on Canny Watt as they come up the rise. 2 lengths to Grey and Gold, a couple to Argold, 1 length to Traded down to this. Oh, there's a fall there. Pan Ford, the roughie, has broken down badly. Zest the leader. Here's the favourite Grey and Gold in hot pursuit. Zest the leader. 3/4 Grey and Gold, 2 Argold. Dubourg running home. Grey and Gold after Zess. Grey and Gold grabs Zess, and Grey and Gold got up to beat Zess. Third was Argold. 4th was Dubourg, and then Take a Flight. Followed home by Westondale, making up many lengths.
The field is set for the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Ready. They're set. Off now. 3 Crowns down on the inside was away well. Yippee-Yo-Yo a little slow to move. Arena jumped out fast. Peak of Perfection got away quickly out towards the middle of the course. Faithful Sun was away well, and so is Darazari. Jezebel heading towards the front runners, and Gold Guru not far away from them. Second coming trying to find a position early. Champagne behind them. Aerosmith wide out is on the improve, and Sheer Danzig and Torfin's Melody are next out in the middle of the course. Doremus has got a good way back, and so too has Tie the Knot. He's back to second last with Count Chivas. Down the straight the first time. 3 Crowns over on the inside. Gold Guru, and between them Jezebel. Second coming 4 wide. Aerosmith 5 wide. Arena tucked away beautifully just behind the pace on the inside from Darazari, Faithful Sun, and then Peak of Perfection. A neck away on the outside to Torfin's Melody. Not a lot of pace on, and second coming goes to the lead now. Champagne middle of the field outside Yorkshire. 2 lengths then Perpetual Check. Sheer Danzig. Persian Punch 3 deep around them, followed by Skybow Markham, and next to Hind on the outside. Back behind them is Doremus, and then trails Ancient City. Yippee-Yo-Yo. Tie the Knot third to last, followed by Joss Dixon. Count Chivas whipped the Melbourne Cup field into the Riverside at the 2,000 metres. And 3 Crowns at just a steady pace. Out by 1.5 lengths. He kicked through again to be in front of second coming. 3 lengths to Aerosmith, who's got in to be closer to the rail now in third placing, and Arena is running along beautifully fourth on the inside. 1 to Gold Guru fifth. The length then Darazari. Persian Punch out 3 wide from Jezebel the centre, and then came Peak Peak of Perfection. One Faithful Son trailed by Yorkshire. Back over on the inside is Sheer Danzig, tucked away on the rail, followed by Torfin's Melody. Middle of the field, Wonder Champagne, Perpetual Check, and then the hind Skybow, followed by Markham. A good way back is Yippee-I-Yo, followed by Doremus. Yippee-I-Yo is travelling out wide at the turn at the 1400. Ancient City, Tie the Knot, followed a length and a half back in the field by Count Chivas, and Jostix last of all. 1,300 to go, and the Singapore Galloper, 3 Crowns, trying to do it all the way, led by a length and a half to second coming. 4 lengths to Arena. Aerosmith is around him. Wonder Gold Guru, 5th, a half away on the outside. Jezebel, followed by Darazari. Wonder Persian Punch, and they're trailed by Faithful Son over on the outside of Peak of Perfection, and then Yorkshire. One further back is Sheer Danzig, the inside with Torfin's Melody, who's about to start a run, and then Champagne, the hind, Perpetual Check, Skybow, Yippee-I-Yo going around the outside of him. Well back is Markham and Doremus from Ancient City. Tie the Knot is still about 2 lengths away behind these third last from Count Chivas, and 4 lengths to Jostix. Persian Punch has made a decisive move and has charged around the field to go to the lead before the home turn over Gold Guru. Faithful Son is following Persian Punch into the race out wide. Down on the inside then is second coming. Aerosmith trying to get into the clear. Jezebel has joined in. Look at Jezebel coming with a great run at the 400. Persian Punch is tackled by Jezebel. Wider out Faithful Son. Here comes Champagne, and Torfin's Melody is coming with her. Jezebel tackled by Champagne now. They reach the 200 metres. The New Zealand mares together. Jezebel and Champagne. Yorkshire pushing through from Torfin's Melody. Persian Punch. Champagne from Jezebel. Champagne and Jezebel kicking back. Jezebel kicks on the inside. Jezebel beat Champagne and New Zealand Quinella. Persian Punch third from Yorkshire. Torfin's Melody. Tie the Knot, and then Skybow. Faithful Son trailed by Markham. Next to finish in the race was Arena, and then came Darazari. They were trailed by, back behind those horses, Peak of Perfection, Jostix, Perpetual Check, Sheer Danzig well back with Aerosmith, and Tie the Knot, Yippee-I-Yo, the hind. One of the last in it is Count Chivas. Doremus towards the end. Ancient City, a couple more. Gold Guru and second coming are the last to go over the line, and one has failed to complete the course. That would be 3 Crowns. 3 Crowns has failed to complete the course.
To their support right from the beginning and all the way through, morally and financially, has been absolutely outstanding. I'd also like to thank the greatest jockey in Australia, Chris Muntz. And if the English want to come down here and win this race, they'll have to bring first-grade horses, not second, third and fourth grade.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kunkel. If I could ask you to come forward, if you wouldn't mind presenting the trophy here to the greatest jockey in the world, according to his trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Muntz.
Members of the VRC, Fosters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is, apart from the birth of my children, this is probably the most proudest day of my life, to be able to stand up here and win a race like the Melbourne Cup. I've had a tremendous amount of support through the week, ever since the Caulfield Cup, saying how we were probably a little bit unlucky not to win the Caulfield Cup, and thank God she's come out and proved that I am a good judge. I'd like to give a special thanks to my family up home on the Northern Rivers. They be there. I'm proud of them and I love them. I'd like to thank very much my beautiful wife, who's at home in Sydney with my children. She can't be here today, but darling, get on that plane now because she'll be here soon. And like I said before, to all the people, the owners, Mr. Adrian Byrne, Peter, the owners who stuck with me after the Caulfield Cup and allowed me to ride her, I thank them very much. And of course, it wouldn't be remiss without me to say Brian Jenkins, what a wonderful job he's done training her. And of course, last but not least, I'd like to thank all the staff and Jezebel. She really proves she's a great stayer. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen.
Miss Dugard out of the 8 stool, just about set to go. Starter has them. On the straight, stood in well, off they go, and away quickly is Miss Jugar, and the field splitting with the majority coming to the grandstand. Zahiro, Miss Jugar, Stars and Stripes, Della Vista, Rye Hero showing pace, and just behind those in the field then Born to Perform, Lambada Boy and Royal Blue, one of the last on the grandstand side. Out on the other side of the course now they race to the 900, and Olakai, the leader from King Midas, moving up on their outside is Sir Knight in the red with the blue cap. Just behind those horses in the field then is Talk and Star Grazers going forward ahead of it, and Call Me Spark is last of the flat division. Out on the grandstand side, and Miss Jugar led from Della Vista, Stars and Stripes. Zahiro with the orange cap is closest to the middle of the track, and they're followed by Born to Perform on the course. Rye Heroes looking for a way out from the rails as they came past the 300 metres now. On the other side, Star Grazer and King Midas, the two leaders from Sir Knight. Talk is running on, and then Call Me Spike on the grandstand, and Miss Jugar, the leader. Lambada Boys coming after it. Grandstand in front. Miss Jugar, Della Vista, Rye Hero. Miss Jugar's well clear though, the favourite. And Miss Jugar for Greg Hall beats Rye Hero over 2 lengths. Photo third, either Della Vista or Royal Blue from Lambada Boy. Close up Call Me Spike and Star Grazer on the other side. They're not far away from the action. King Midas just behind them. They were trailed further back in the field then by Born to Perform. Zahiro towards the end down the grandstand rail. Talk and Sir Knight well back with On the Straight, and Olakai last to greet the judge.
Look at the camera. Don't look at me. Yeah, we got a ticket.
Yeah, isn't it? Break at the 200. He's well clear, second placing. Let's Cut Loose struggling now. My Modest has still got a big break, getting down with under 100 to go. I reckon it's a winning break. Here's Kipling flying in front of the clouds, but it's My Modest in front, and My Modest is going to be too good by about a half. Kipling. Third placing goes to Dermot, and then the others all finished in a line. Score bold. Let's Cut Loose, Rip and Jugar, My Advocator and Chavit together in that quintet.
Indianapolis, Noble Tenor, and Exploding Success. Magical Path is very deep, and then Jackanachi followed by the favourite, our Mr. Kinman, racing on the inside of Hickey Picker at a length the Sea Reason. Out of the straight they go, and over the first of the crossings here at the 2,000 metres, and the stablemates dispute the lead. It's Coins on Sunday in front from Magical Path, Noble Tenor third, Indianapolis fourth on the inside, about 3 lengths Exploding Success, 2.5 to another set of stablemates, and they are Jackanachi inside of a Hula Hoop, and 3 to our Mr. Kinman, given plenty of time to settle down. At his girth on the outside is Hickey Picker, and a couple of lengths to Sea Reason. To the second crossing, this time at the 1,600 metres, and Coins on Sunday leads by a length on Magical Path. Indianapolis travelling on the inside of Noble Tenor. Back in fifth posse is Exploding Success, and another 2 lengths to Jackanachi. A half to 3/4 further out is Hula Hoop, and 2 to our Mr. Kinman. At his girth on the outside being Hickey Picker, and still last is Sea Reason. A dozen lengths off the lead, held by the Gay Waterhouse train, Coins on Sunday. And down to the halfway marker along the back of the track, 1,200 left to go. And Coins on Sunday making play a length on Magical Path. Over on the inside is Indianapolis as they go on towards the far corner. Then comes Noble Tenor. A length and a half to Exploding Success from the Hula Hoop, Jackanachi, Hickey Picker. Our Mr. Kinman on the rails is second last, and on his outside is Sea Reason. To the High Street side and coming along to the crossing at the 850. This is the third of the crossings they negotiate in the 2,400 metres here at Randwick. And on the inside, Coins on Sundays being taken on very quickly by Magical Path. Noble Tenor's gone up very swiftly to make a line of 3 almost, and 2 behind the leading 3 is Indianapolis, and then Exploding Success, Hula Hoop. A couple to Jackanachi, Hickey Picker, 2 to our Mr. Kinman. Quietly ridden by Ryan, the replacement rider, second last, and another 2 lengths to Sea Reason as they swing the corner. And coming into the stretch now, 400 to go. Noble Tenor and Coins on Sunday, and between the Magical Path. Indianapolis looking for the run. Exploding Success joining in with Hula Hoop, Jackanachi, and then Hickey Picker, and 2 lengths to our Mr. Kinman. They come past the 200. Exploding Success grabbed by Hickey Picker. Jackanachi and Hula Hoop, but it's Hickey Picker on the outside, going home better than anything else, and Hickey Picker beat Jackanachi, Hula Hoop. Our Mr. Kinman only got warmed up in the last 100. Exploding Success weakened on its run from Sea Reason, Noble Tenor, Indianapolis, and the last.
in. And Lord Dresden will take the outside gate, and the curtain will fall on Cup Day for 98. Lord Dresden goes in. They're all in and ready for the last. Off at the 1800, Chief Red Eye and Rembetica began fast, and Sea Jester was away well. Mushtak is going forward early. Stormy Jim jumped well, and Ruling Regent not far away from the pace as they settle down. Planet King is going up towards the leading horses. Going past the 1600, Rembetica led comfortably, out by about a length and a half here. Pace for coming from the outside, with Stormy Jim going up into second position. Planet King next outside Mushtak. One further back is Lord Dresden, still caught three wide, and Lord Shiraz is a bit deeper still. Sea Jester with cover over on the inside, and then Ruling Regent more than 2 lengths further back in the field. Chief Red Eye, Flak Jacket round the outside. One Chicago Baby. Tricove and Cyrenelga a long way back, with Tricove on the rail. At a length and a half last of all is Nassie Rich at the 900 metres, and Rembetica by a length and a half. Running second on the outside is Stormy Jim, and 2 lengths Lord Dresden, Mushtak, Planet King. 2 behind those Lord Shiraz outside Sea Jester. Another couple of lengths to Ruling Regent. Flak Jacket is around him, and Chief Red Eye on the fence. 1 behind those is Chicago Baby. Tricove's a long way back down on the inside from Cyrenelga. Nasser Rich will try one swoop from last at the 600, and Rembetica corners in front of Stormy Jim. On the outside of them is Lord Dresden in the red colours. Flak Jacket is a bit wider out into the straight. Mushtak behind the leading horses trying to get out. So is Sea Jester. Planet King is coming with a 1. Rembetica heads to the 300, about a length and a half in front of Stormy Jim. Mushtak the rail. Planet King next, Sea Jester, and then Flak Jacket, and Nassie Rich is coming. Mushtak took the lead at the 200 from Rembetica. Planet King. Nassie Rich starting to stretch out well. Mushtak 100 out the leader. Nassie Rich is pegging it back. Mushtak, Nassie Rich coming at him. Mushtak a half head. Nassie Rich. 3 lengths Planet King third from Rembetica, and they were trailed by Sea Jester, Trico, Flak Jacket. Back behind them to finish in the race was Chief Red Eye, and then came Ruling Regent and Cyrenelga. A break behind those horses to finish Stormy Jim, Chicago Baby, Lord Shiraz and Lord Dresden.
Still holding them. Ken's Gift, Little Toey. Settles. Gee, the light came on and they jumped at the same time, and a couple of them were a bit slow to begin. One of them Quality Way, and also Trent A Love, and Military Honour drifted back early as to be expected. Dashing Dancer, Brave Royal jumped nicely with Ganymede and also Keep a Lily. They make a line of about 4 or 5 because there's another one with them, Solomon Prince. About a length and a half to Ken's Gift, travelling up to be about 6th. Further back in behind those then came Artful Dame, Mighty Centenary and Newman between them. 2.5 further back to Teams, and they were followed by Military Honour on the inside. Further back Century. Around the outside Quality Way, and last of all Trent A Love. They've gone keenly in this and down to the 600 onto the turn for home, and Brave Royal led clearly now by a length and a quarter. Ganymede hard ridden. Third Dashing Dancer looks to be travelling. Back behind them Keep a Lily, but under some pressure. Then Ken's Gift, Artful Dame. Solomon Prince has gone very wide enough to catch a bay tram as they turned out in no man's land. Newman Burrows up behind them, and then came into the clear now Military Honour, but down to the 200 metre mark. Dashing Dancer the leader. Artful Dame's after it, and now coming from near the rear is Quality Way with a huge finish, and going with it is Military Honour. Artful Dame in front though, the lightly raced Galloper, and this is going to blouse them. Artful Dame 3/4 Military Honour, third place in Quality Way, fourth on the inside Ken's Gift. Further back behind those then came Teams. They were followed back behind them Dashing Dancer, and then came Newman, Mighty Centenary, Keep a Lily out wide, Sentry next in, followed by Ganymede. Further back Trent A Love, and they were followed then by Brave Royal, and Solomon Prince was a long last after going via the Cape on the home turn. Well, number 11, Artful Dame, gives Dan O'Sullivan a double. A trainer who's only recently taken up residence here in South Australia.
To the lead from Major Suspect. Here's the Prince. Basic sticking on. Zamojki likewise. Carmody pulls the whip on Regal Curator. Here's the Prince is coming at him. And on the outside, here's the Prince, and Basics race to Regal Curator. Basics hits the front near the line. Basics has beaten either Regal Curator or Here's the Prince, followed on the outside by Toro, Mr. Squill, Major Suspect, and then came at the head of the others, Sandy Prospect, Decides Zamojki, and then came the Golden Greek Pele, and Absolute was Lady Lucky.
Ready, they're nearly set. Lord Foster.